안녕하세요. 림페이 씨. 싱가포르 남자입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분들. 좋은 아침이에요. 그리고 주말 아침인데요. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a Saturday morning, weekend morning. 오늘 햇빛 너무 세가지고 밖이 아닌 집에서 방송하도록 하겠습니다. So today it's a very sunny day. That's why today I will not be streaming outdoors. It's super sunny. Like there is a sunny day and then there is a super sunny day. Today is the super sunny type, yeah. And whoa, Shishish is on first, number one. Shishish wins the prize today. What do you want? Wow, Shishish on first today. See, I just woke up and I just took a little shower and hair is still kind of wet. And man, looking out the window today, the sun looks like laser. Like, man, the sun looks like a blowtorch, man. 와, 오늘 방콕 가자, 방콕. 이번 주말 내내 그냥 집에서 넷플릭스 보면서 지낼 거야. 시시. 림페 노래. 잠깐만. 림페 30초 노래 듣고 싶다고? 30초 말고 그냥 노래 할게요. 응? 잠깐만. Today is a bad hair day. Okay, today I'm resigned to the fact that it's a bad hair day. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna okay. Let's see what song sings my mood today. Let me search deep. Oh man, this hair. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. Yeah, world is very small, and the thing everybody is looking at, the whole world is watching right now, is honestly not that super far from where I'm staying here in Istanbul. Just of course, like between Istanbul and Ukraine is an entire Black Sea. So this is like if you have a smallish thinking, whatever is happening is pretty much feels like the other side of the world, the other side of the Black Sea. But if you look at the world in totality, right, it's actually very near. Shish, you call that sun loves in Indian tropical afternoon sun. If I go to India, honestly, because like I said before, me going to India and living in India is not an impossible thing. Yeah, it's something that I've always had in my mind. But I'm not afraid of the sun. Do you know why? Because if I decide to go to India and decide to live in India, it can be only one reason why I'm there. I'm only there to I'm only there to go to an ashram and pretty much spend all my time indoors, doing my yoga and meditation. That's pretty much all I'll do. If I go to India, pretty much no reason for me to go outdoors at all. I'm there for the ashram. Yeah, if I go. OA, hi. Question: How did you find a place to stay rent in Istanbul besides Airbnb? Oh, very good question. I have friend help me. My friend. Once again, I will give big acknowledgement to my friend. First of all, when I first came to Istanbul 1 year and 3 months ago, I didn't live in the residential place. I lived in a hotel for 1 year. I lived in a hotel suite for 1 year. Okay, and then after that, my friend, again, give big acknowledgement to my friend Colin and his beautiful family, Colin, Sadet. My friend Colin, amazing guy here, helped me find this place, which is very near his place. So now we live very close together, near to each other. He helped me find this place, and then I rented this place. So yeah, my friend helped me to find this place. before this place, I was living in a hotel for 1 whole year. Shish. Thing is, sun is brutal here. Yeah, sun. I know. I've been to India, shish, and I've been to the rough parts of India, the southern parts. So where the sun is incredible, 45 degrees Celsius. I remember during the daytime. No, not just daytime. Early morning it was 45 degrees Celsius. I walk out and then boom, and it's like humid hot, so you feel like you're being boiled. Even if you're indoors, you still get some sun. Cause your architecture design is to let sun in. Cause sun is energy to keep cool. Oh, I don't know, but the ashram, I know which ashram I want to go to. I won't mention it, but this ashram is very like deep into a cave where there's no contact with civilization. There's no contact with the sun or anything. Yeah. OA, amazing, thanks. Oh yeah, but I'm curious, OA, where are you watching from, and why the question? Are you looking to rent in Istanbul? And Shishis and OA, thanks for coming on early today. I usually do not get in, like, I don't get to get into a chit chat right off the start, right off the bat. Usually, like, there will be like 10-15 minutes of doing nothing. You see, south is mostly coastal region. Yeah. I spend most of my time in Cochin, actually. With the big fish net, that nobody use. I have never seen those fish nets being used before. Those big fishing nets. I've never seen them being used before. Mostly decorative, I think. And if you just joined my live stream, welcome. This is very cold, actually quite cold. Today it's like 6 degrees Celsius, but the sun is incredible. Like, there is a sunny day and then there is a super sunny day. Today is that kind of a sunny day. And when it's a super sunny day, I usually stay in. Otherwise, this is a live stream where every morning I take you guys out to a different location here in Istanbul. Yes, I'm here in Istanbul, been living here for 1 year and 3 months. We discover something about Istanbul, and then grab a coffee and then chit chat about anything and everything about life. This happens 10:30 a.m. Turkish time daily. Alright. If you enjoy my live stream, do help me click the like button. I know Shish and OA, you click, thanks a lot. And yeah, do subscribe and join me. I talk about anything. I have no taboos. I have no social values or beliefs to defend. I have I'm an unbridled spirit, free to talk about anything. But how's your day, Shishish? How's your Saturday so far? And yeah, Shishish, wow, yesterday once again, in India showed demonstrated, like, really, like, yesterday you were saying, like, people in India, like yourself, you guys love Putin to bits. Like, Putin is like a super cool superhero, like a super cool guy, yeah. And yesterday, yeah, during the UN Council, yeah, I can see India does stand with Russia. It's interesting. It's very interesting to see that. Honestly, I never realized this. I never realized that. I've always known that China and Russia has a very close tie. I won't call it friendship, but I'll call it friends with benefits. But I never knew even India shares that kind of sentiment with Russia. This is new for me. This is new. I never knew that Putin and Russia is so popular in India. I never knew. This is something very new for me. Very eye-opening. Like yesterday, Shish, when you were telling me about the sentiment in India about towards Putin, I was like, really? I've never in the world have I connected the idea of Putin with India. Like these two things never came together until yesterday, until today. Wow, amazing, very amazing. The things about mankind always amaze me at everything, at every turn. Is this thing working? How come suddenly everybody stopped talking? But man, for me this weekend, I fully intend to 진짜 이번 주말 내내 방콕 가기로 했어. 그거 왜냐면 그 햇빛뿐만 아니야. 그 게임 하고 싶어서 그럴 거야. So basically, I pretty much intend to stay at home this whole weekend without going out at all. Okay, of course today is like partly due to the sun, but mainly because an amazing game just dropped yesterday. Elden Ring! Yes, Elden Ring dropped yesterday, man. This whole weekend will be game and Netflix weekend. Yes, Netflix, another amazing series dropped in Netflix for me. I think it's amazing. A Juvenile Court really addresses one of the growing issues in Korea right now, which is juvenile crime, where kids these days are as discerning as any adult, but am not subjected to the same criminal sentencing. So a lot of kids these days, right, whether voluntarily or being used, has been involved in a lot of very heinous crimes, including murder, and they're getting away with it. So I think this series really shed some light on it, and I like the cinematography. It's very, very well shot. Really drives the point. So yeah, this whole weekend, I'll be at home. So today, tomorrow's live stream will be at home. Okay, I won't be stepping out house. I'll be watching Juvenile Court, the Korean series. What was that? 소년 심판. 소년 심판 in Korean, and playing Elden Ring. Probably the most amazing open world RPG ever built by mankind. So if you're into gaming or into drama, join Limpeh this whole weekend. Okay, this whole weekend is stay-in weekend. 방콕 주말입니다. Oh, nobody's talking. I doubt nobody's talking. I think something is wrong with the comments. Can somebody post something so that I know the comments is working? Please? Thank you. No, I don't see any more comments. all of a sudden. Oh, so the comments are broken. Should I restart this thing a little bit? Oh, good morning, Wendy. Hi, good morning. Today, for those of you who just came, today is a very, very sunny day. Like there is this thing called sunny day. And then there's this thing called super sunny day. And then there's this thing called a fucking sunny day. Today is that kind of a day. And you guys know when it's super sunny like this, I simply don't go out. I don't even go out to that cafe. Because that trip between my place to that cafe still does some real damage. So I'd rather just stay at home. That's reason number one. Reason number two, this weekend for me will be stay home Netflix weekend. Okay. Not the stay home Netflix and gaming weekend. So today, tomorrow, I'll be streaming from home because I will not be going out that door over there. No, I'm not going out. Because this weekend, two big things dropped there. I really want to like burn my life energy and die on these two things. Number one is a Korean drama, Juvenile Court, Sona Shinpan, which really shed some light on the growing issue of juvenile crimes in Korea. Very and very well, like the cinematography of this series is just amazing. I really want to finish this whole series this weekend. And Elden Ring, the much anticipated open world RPG, probably the best open world RPG ever created by mankind, dropped yesterday. So man, this weekend I'm gonna do some Elden Ring as well. So this whole weekend I will be at home, like sinking myself into this digital poisons. Yeah, these are poison, man. These are poison. It's one weekend I'm gonna do it. When the plan for today is a breakfast on the terrace of my favorite cafe. Oh, nice. Followed by a 4 hours bicycle slow ride along the canal. Oh, both of this stuff I will never do. I will never do a 4 hours bicycle ride. No, I breakfast under the sun. Have fun with the game. Have fun. Oh, Elijah. You can read the comments. 다행이다. 진짜 다행이야. 아까 갑자기 다 조용해졌거든. 그래서 그러니까. Is it Elysian, the new Elden Ring? Yeah, Elden Ring. The new Elden Ring. 진짜 완전 기대하고 있었던 게임입니다. 아마 인간 사상 최고의 RPG 게임일지도 몰라. 그래서 그러니까 엘라이자도 게임 하는 거야? 일라이자도 게임 하는 거지. 그치? 게임 하는 거겠지. Elijah? She sounds like a fantastic plan, Limpeh. Don't worry, we're all poisoned. I'm gonna just do the like completely submerge and immerse and completely poison myself for just one weekend. Okay, no more than one weekend. Limpeh streams are a sweet poison too. Yeah, I realized that even my stream is a poison. I realized that. I kind of like starting to have second thoughts about the stream and whether or not it's actually a healthy thing I'm doing for people. Really. Elijah 또 Elden Ring 할 거야? Elden Ring 너도 할 거야? 너도 하면 우리 같이 하자. Skyrim was my favorite. Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim, like when it first dropped, right? It wasn't amazing. For me, Skyrim was amazing after all the mods, and then after the werewolf thing dropped, then it was amazing. But when Skyrim dropped, about what's that? Probably what's that? 11 years ago? I can't even remember. It's a long time ago. It wasn't amazing. It was nothing the scale of Elden Ring. Skyrim still is your favorite? No, I can't. But honestly, I can't stay with a game like this for very long. Right now, I'm just trying to rush through Original Sin 2. Divinity, or I love RPG games, and get started on Elden Ring. So, man, this weekend is gonna be very busy weekend for me, man. One Korean drama to what's that? To soon through, soon to soon through one Korean drama, and try to like significantly finish my Divinity original sin 2, and then get started and try to get somewhere with Elden Ring, man. Fire, Elijah, yeah, that part with the Herpyeol Kui, the vampire Herpyeol Kui. In Korea we don't call it Herpyeol Kui. It's very weird. We just call it vampire. Vampire. Herpyeol Kui is very, nobody says that. It's like calling the television Chanshigi. Nobody says that. Wendy, what K drama with English subtitles would you recommend? I don't know. I don't recommend anything. I think you just look for whatever you like and just watch. I don't think there's anything to recommend. But my second most favorite drama of all time it's got to be Psycho Chiman Kenchana, which is it's okay to be not okay. Yeah, that's probably my second most favorite drama, let alone K drama. My most favorite drama of all time, second most favorite drama of all time. Yeah. So if you're just trying to get a K drama to watch just to burn time without any specific preferences, and you want to make sure that time is well spent on the drama that is meaningful, then I guess it's okay to not be okay. It's something it's a good investment of time. It does shed. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like honestly, like when I watched It's Okay to Not Be Okay, I was like crying every other episode, like tearing, like wow, it hit so many buttons, and it's not about like love, that kind of thing. It's not. I do watch, but I don't. My favorite dramas are never like love, that kind of thing. I was obsessed with Witcher series for a while. Oh, I did all three. Yeah, I played all three Witchers. Finally got over it and addicted to PUBG. Now I watch Limpeh and live in reality. Yeah, PUBG is poison. Stay away from PUBG. Yeah, I finished all three. The Witcher, Assassin of Kings, and Wild Hunt. Wow, I want to say like, I think Wild Hunt, well, the quality of Wild Hunt up to today is unsurpassable. Like name me an open world, third person 3PS RPG game that beats Wild Hunt in terms of quality, systems, mechanics. I don't know any. You guys know any? You guys know any third person? Like, are we going to be very specific? Third person RPG, open world RPG, okay? Yeah, because if you just talk about RPG, there's many genres. So you can't just cross compare them. But talk about third person open world RPG. I think with The Witcher 3 is still unbeatable. Like tell me I'm wrong. Elijah, 재밌게 놀아요. 같이 안 할 거야? Elden Ring 안 할 거야? Elden Ring? Shish. Goblin is the only K-drama I know. It's hilarious. Yeah. It's a what's that? Romantic comedy. Elijah. 그 고라니? 완전 웃기네요. 고라니? 무슨 고라니? She's Blade and Soul. No, Blade and Soul. How do you compare Blade and Soul with The Witcher 3? Like, there's no comparison. I'm sorry, you're not even comparing the same thing. Elijah, you may like Judgment. I don't know. I'm a PC gamer. If it's not on PC, I don't know. I don't know about it. But I mean, like the deer, okay, the Kuraniseki. Oh, okay. But if you compare, like in terms of story, in terms of graphics quality, in terms of the character progression systems, in terms of combat system, in terms of lore, in terms of tell me a third person open world RPG that beats Wild Hunt. I simply cannot think of any, and I have over 1,500 games in my Steam account, so I do know, and like I keep saying, if I have only two hobbies in my life that I have been doing non-stop for the past at least 40 to 44 years, okay? Two hobbies that I've done non-stop for 40 to 44 years. Number one is martial arts. Martial arts has never stopped. If you check out the beginning of this live stream, I was doing my Suburi. Okay, so martial arts I never stop. And second is video game. Video game I never stop. Over 40 years of video gaming. Never stop. Nah, nothing beats Witcher. I mean, do you play Blade and Soul? No, I don't. Elijah, took me 4 days to get to level 80 on Blade and Soul. So it's not that hard a game, yeah. And good morning, Kim Teo. Good morning, and if you guys just joined me, welcome. Today is there's a sunny day, and then there's a super sunny day, and then there's a fucking sunny day. Today is that kind of a day. But let me show you guys. But today I'm streaming from home, not really because of the sun, but because this weekend I've decided to do 可能방콕에 버리기 시작했어. 왜냐면은 to this whole weekend I'm just gonna stay at home, not go out at all. I'm gonna do a gaming and Netflix weekend because there's a Netflix series and a game that I want to try to finish this weekend. Yeah, I want to show you guys what's out there. 6 degrees Celsius today. Actually a really cold day, and look at the sun, man. Man, when I walk out and instantly within 10 seconds I will melt and then evaporate, turn into dust straight. Oh, I know, Dragon Age Origins is not the same thing. Shish. Dragon Age Origin is not you cannot compare Dragon Age with The Witcher. The Witcher is more action RPG, but the Dragon Age Origins is more tactical RPGs. I would compare Dragon Age Origins with other CRPGs like maybe the Divinity series, maybe I think the closest is Divinity series, which of course my favorite is Divinity Original Sin 2. Man, to me, for that genre, which is more like tactical RPG, nothing beats Original Sin 2. Nothing. There's nothing you can name that is better than that. And oh, hi Ron, thanks for saying hello, you guys. And wow, good morning, Crystal Moon. Thanks for saying good morning. I know you guys will be just looking and listening. Elijah, Blade and Souls is not challenging. Excuse me. Shish. You should try. Terra is trash. But see, anything that's not on PC, I wouldn't know. Yeah. Terra, Elex, Amalur, to me they're all trash. They are nothing compared. You cannot compare those games with The Witcher. You just cannot. It's just completely different mechanics, man. You just cannot compare that way. It's like comparing a truck with a Ferrari. You just like you have to. If you want to compare, like if you're comparing a Ferrari, you better get a Lamborghini. You know, something similar. But man, trying to compare like a bulldozing truck with a Ferrari is not a good comparison. I know the Yakuza series is good, but I don't like the theme. I don't like the Yakuza theme. This is a theme that is if you're East Asian, or at least if you're anything related with Japan, is very taboo. To me it's very taboo. As someone who has very deep ties with Japan, to me Yakuza is very taboo. I would say Judgment or Yakuza series in comparison. Yakuza series can be compared with Witcher to a certain extent. I do agree with that. But it's not that level. I mean CD Projekt Red really aced it with I wouldn't say the Witcher series. Actually the Witcher series sucks. The Witcher 1 sucks. Yeah. First of all, the combat system is awkward like shit. It looks like an action RPG, but when you see your sword hit, it doesn't really hit because it rolls some kind of RNG shit. And then the graphics, of course, during that time, it all sucks. But the story that they are so proud of actually sucks in so many ways. That if you do certain things, you break the story, man. Or you do certain things and then later on the characters talk weird to you. That it doesn't really connect, shit like that. And then I think CD Projekt Red really got it down in Assassin of Kings. That's when they really got it down. But Assassin of Kings was still so small scale because they were doing new graphics and they were trying a lot of new things in Assassin of Kings, including for the first time getting rid of the bullshit RNG system for a real action RPG fighting system. And then from there they expanded it, like exploded the whole thing in Wild Hunt, and that was the perfect version of what the Witcher series was supposed to be. And then after that they destroyed themselves on Cyberpunk. Assassin's Creed, nah, not so much for me. Assassin's Creed. Not so much. Yeah, but Assassin's Creed is comparable. I agree. Aura Mia, hello. I remember you making anti-aging videos. Yeah, most people know about my channel from my anti-aging videos. And welcome, Aura. Welcome. First time I'm seeing your name. Where are you watching from? For those of you who are new to my live stream, welcome. This is a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, yes, I'm here in Istanbul. Been living here for 1 year and 3 months. This is the live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, I bring you guys to a different place or location in Istanbul, discover a little something about Istanbul, and then grab a coffee, chit chat about anything and everything about life. It happens at 10:30 a.m. Turkish time, right? Every day. If you enjoy my live stream, do help me by clicking the like button. And if you like to buy me my coffee of the day, which pretty much my coffee is covered for the week. But if you like to drop me a tip, just go to the comment section and then click on the little S button to drop me a tip. Any amount helps me a lot. Because why? Because $1 is very big here in Turkey. Welcome, Aura. Where are you watching from? And yes, I'm still, if you look at my channel, it's still mostly anti-aging videos. Anti-aging is my big thing, huh? That's why, like, 46 years old, not a trace of wrinkles. Look at that. Look at that. This is the secret I want to share with the world. No wrinkles, no imperfections. 46 years old, keeping my hair. Fire Dragon. Bloodborne. No, you cannot compare Bloodborne. When you talk about Bloodborne, for those of you who are quite lost, we're talking about video games because yesterday a mega video game just released, and that's why this whole weekend I'll be at home. I won't be going out. So today I'm streaming from home. Tomorrow I'll be streaming from home as well. This is my home, by the way. Why? Because I'll be staying home all day throughout this whole weekend to play the game and to finish a Korean drama. Bangkok Kakireso. When you talk about Bloodborne, you are going into the Souls-like games. It's not comparable. Souls-like is Souls-like. Action RPG is action RPG. Yeah. Tactical RPG is tactical RPG. You can't compare like this. Bloodborne is comparable. You compare Bloodborne with Dark Souls and what's that? Lots of whatever, and then of course Elden Ring. Yeah. But of course, again, this whole Souls-like series right now, nothing beats Elden Ring. It's the most gorgeous, the most hype, the most achieved, I would say. But don't play on PC. It brings every PC to its knees right now. So if you really want to play Elden Ring, you gotta play on PlayStation. Fire Dragon. I see. Code Vein. Oh yeah. Code Vein is another thing altogether. Yeah. Anything with anime graphics all belong to another category, please. Anime games are anime games. Okay, you don't ever put an anime game, compare an anime game or JRPG game with any conventional RPG games. Okay, they are a thing of their own. Sounds very Bond-like. Yeah. But when you have graphics like this, it immediately put you in that category. Okay. To me, Code Vein is in the category of Tales of Arisa. Yeah. Tales of Arise. Where when you have anime graphics, immediately you're go to that corner. When you have anime graphics, you belong to that side. Whatever genre it is, when you have that kind of graphics, boom, you're a thing on your own. Okay, you cannot be compared. Dragon Age 2, yeah, from Origins to 2, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisitor, all the same thing. Inquisitor is very similar in terms of I think screenplay with The Witcher, but it's a completely different thing. Yeah, because when you have like a free character building, then it's not the same thing as The Witcher kind of an RPG. To me, when you have free character customization, it puts you in the other category of RPG, what I'll call a character building RPG. Yeah, but RPGs like The Witcher brings you through a story of this protagonist, which I think that's what makes it so special. And so far, I don't know any other games that can be compared in that. I don't know any other RPG game where you play a character, go through his story with that deep kind of story and lore in the world, with that big a world, and that refine a combat system other than Wild Hunt, Witcher 3. I mean, Witcher 3 has been out for like what, 5, 6, 7 years? It still cannot be compared. Nothing beats Wild Hunt. I don't know why. Why can't nobody come up with something that is comparable? Borderlands is a different beast. No, you cannot compare Borderlands with Wild Hunt. It's a different thing. I would compare Borderlands more with the Fallout series. Basically anything with guns. You don't compare anything with guns with the Witcher series. Stoner, I made for Dragon Age dreadlocks. Oh, I have a longsword and I have a 3-legged dog. Yeah, Borderlands is like Fortnite. Yeah. Anything with guns, you don't compare with Witcher, please. It's a different thing. See, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this is how deep and how neons video games are, you know. That there are so many deep neons and so many genres and sub-genres that you want to find a specific kind of experience. To me, video games are all about experience. You want to find a certain kind of experience. That kind of experience you can only compare with games that delivers a similar experience, and within that similarities, there's a lot of subgenres. The history of video games, I literally witnessed video games go from Pac-Man. Wow, that music stuck all my life. From that kind of game all the way to what we have today. I witnessed the whole. I'm the historian of video games, man. From those days, 40 over years of video gaming. Yeah, 40 over years of video gaming. Yes, I'm that old. Oh, Darksiders. Darksiders action RPG is different thing. Darksiders is a different thing. Darksiders 1 and 2. I in total between Darksiders 1 and 2, I probably sunk in about over 600 hours in both titles. But Darksiders 2, I wonder one thing about Elden Ring that I actually have a gripe. One small gripe with against Elden Ring. You know what's that? That Elden Ring is very similar to Darksiders 2 in terms of the world building, the traversal, and the concept overall. It's just that they have more fanciful graphics and of course more up to date character building and multiple character class kind of thing. But the overall feel of the game of Elden Rings, to me, honestly, it feels very much like Darksiders 2, especially with how the horse comes out of the ground and then you transfers the open world with the horse, like so similar to Darksiders 2. Stoner, I wish Berserk anime made a video game. Isn't there a Berserk video game? Can't remember. Fire Dragon, they do have a game for Berserk. Yeah, I thought there's a Berserk video game on PS. Yeah. For those of you who just joined me and you're thinking, what the hell this guy's talking about? Today, we spent 45 minutes talking about video games. Why? Because yesterday, one of the biggest video games in the history of mankind was released yesterday. And I'm going to spend all weekend. Yes, all weekend. No going out. No leaving my home. All food will be delivered to me. Okay? I'm going to spend all my time on that video game and trying to finish a Korean drama, Juvenile Court. It's called in English. Yeah. That's why we've been talking about game all day, okay? I know, like, it's not everybody's thing, but I guess if you're a gamer, you have a lot of fun with this kind of conversation. And yeah, I'm telling you, like, I am very, very diverse. Most people who talk about spiritual things cannot talk about video games. Most people who talk about military things are incapable of talking about spiritual things. Most people who are a trader don't know shit about martial arts, okay? I am everything. I am the Alpha and Omega. Everything. I literally talk about anything and everything. Like I said, that's why I keep saying, grab a coffee and then talk about anything and everything. I'm not joking, I talk about anything and everything. You will be surprised at the scope of things I can talk about that I'm passionate to talk about. You will be surprised. You will never be able to connect. People who love to talk about these things can talk about that, can love to talk about that kind of thing. And for those of you who have been following my live stream so far, you will never expect a samurai spiritual zen guy like me to talk about video games. Fire Dragon, I think Horizon can beat Witcher. Horizon is a different beast. I cannot. I'm sorry, but I know the latest Horizon is good, but the last Horizon was shit. Okay, the new Dawn. Yeah, so I don't think we can compare Horizon with The Witcher. I think Horizon is the reason why the last Horizon didn't do so well is because it's so unique. It's too unique. It's so unique, it's not for everyone. And therefore, I don't think Horizon can be compared with Witcher. To me, it's still too unique. It's so too unique that I stop myself from taking the risk on this title. I feel that the Horizon title or the Horizon series is very risky. Risky in terms that I may pretty much waste my time and money. Within the first 2 hours, I may just uninstall the whole thing because it is so niche. It is trying to do something so different to me. Stoner, I'm a second dan black belt, but then I became stoner. Well, a second dan black belt in what? Do we do fan mail? What's fan mail? What is a fan mail? What's a fan mail? Like a form of chainmail armor? A form of scale mail? Or plate mail? And I've worn all of them in real life, and I've fought in them in real life, by the way. I fought in chainmail, I fought in scale mail, I fought in plate mail, I fought in brigandines and Elijah, like stuff sent to you. Oh, of course I don't reveal my address to anyone. So if it's about sending stuff to me, then no, I don't give away my address. Yeah. So sorry, yeah, because all this many years of being a YouTuber taught me one thing. That never let anyone know where I live. That is the big lesson I learned about after 6 years of YouTubing. Pretty much full-time YouTubing for 6 years. This is what I learned. And never give away your address. Never let anyone know where you live. Only very close friends or real life friends that I've known for a very long time, then they know my address. And yeah, they do send me stuff. Horizon is different beast in many ways. Yeah, Horizon is a thing on its own. It cannot be compared with The Witcher or anything else. It's just different. I think you need to compare the experience. If you play enough games, you know every game gives you a certain experience, a certain form of experience. So now when I talk about comparing with Witcher 3, I'm talking about that form of an experience. But when you play Horizon, it's a completely different experience. Yeah. Just like if you play Bloodborne, the experience is the experience you get if you play like Dark Souls or lots of whatever. I can't even remember the name of the game anymore. Yeah. So, but Horizon doesn't fall into anything. I don't know how to categorize that game, Maybe Horizon is a little bit close to that game which looks very much like the movie End of Tomorrow, the Tom Cruise movie. There's one game that looks very much like that. I think that is a little bit similar to Horizon. I don't know, but Horizon is even you can't compare it that way because Horizon is fully action RPG. I don't know. I don't know how to compare. It's just a different beast. It's so different. I don't dare to try. I don't dare to try the Horizon series. Yeah, I only watched a couple of videos on Horizon, and I never dare to get into it. So like my goodness, like it's challenging the boundaries of what I feel is acceptable video game. Monster Hunter is a different thing. I played Monster Hunter on that thing. I forgot what you guys call that thing, the handheld thing. Yeah. I played Monster Hunter in 2008. Yeah, I started Monster Hunter back in 2008. I saw how the whole series grew from that handheld thing, you know, where the cat in the tavern thing came from, why the tavern is the way it looks, yeah, and it's fully Japanese, no English at all. I played Monster Hunter on PSP. I played Monster Hunter on PSP when there was during a time where there was no online cooperative games. You know, we were like me and my friends with PSP. Not really friends. Me and my employee at the time. So we play on PS2. Yeah, it's a different thing. Monster Hunter series is not anything. It's again a complete. It cannot be compared with anything simply because of the way it evolved. It evolved from that PSP handheld thing with that kind of architecture and the kind of style of gaming that continued all the way to today. That was completely original. That was not copied from any genre. They created this genre, and nobody else jumped on this genre. To me, Monster Hunter, the whole thing up to this day is unique. Even though a lot of people who never gone through the whole history, they look at Monster Hunter World today and then they compare. This looks like any other MMORPG. Yeah, we go out there, we slay a big creature with friends. This is not, you know. There's a lot of neons. That is very neons. Yeah, it's not. You can't compare it with just any old MMORPG or any old third-person RPGs. Just so different. You play on the 3DS, old man. Oh, Monster Hunter is no. Monster Hunter is not. It's not The Witcher. The Witcher, we're talking about Witcher, story-rich, open world RPG. Okay. Monster Hunter World is not that thing. Monster Hunter World is more comparable with modern MMORPGs, where you just group with friends, go out there, kill a big monster, get more stuff, get a better weapon, and then kill more stuff. That's not what the entire Witcher series is all about. You can't compare it that way. It's a sacrilege, okay, Elijah. It's a sacrilege. You can't compare it that way. You cannot when you can compare Monster Hunter World with The Witcher, then you got gaming all wrong. You don't understand gaming when you can compare Monster Hunter World, Iceborne with The Witcher. Then you don't understand video games at all. But Elijah, I didn't get into Monster Hunter until 2015. Oh, Monster Hunter was basically the only game I played on PSP back in 2008. My thing with Monster Hunter goes way back. I'm glad people are like enjoying the PC version of Monster Hunter right now, but I would say this, you know, the flavor is gone. The flavor of the original Monster Hunter is not in Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter Life. I'm sorry, you know, it's just not there anymore. The flavor has changed. They added so many so-called modern gaming mechanics and modern gaming stuff that it loses its uniqueness as something that was created with an original idea, that created an original genre. You know, Monster Hunter was original. Today, there's very few games you can call original. All games, they copy the genre, they copy the mechanics from other games, and they try to build on it. But Monster Hunter was created from nothing. It was created out of the imagination of an extremely creative team that with nothing back then in 2008 when it was launched in I think 2007, with nothing to compare with nothing to copy again. So it was very nuanced. It was very unique. But if you look at Monster Hunter World today, no, it's lost the flavor. It's copying stuff from everywhere. It's trying to please the commercial market. It's lost it to me. Monster Hunter World lost it. Fire Dragon. Gerald was featured on MHW, including Fighting Lashon. It stopped in MH4U, which I own. Oh, okay. Gerald pretty much everywhere. Gerald is this, you can even get Gerald on Darkest Dungeon. So Gerald Rivia. It's so unique. That kind of old European fantasy style, which is you hear the music, the accents, the voice acting, all top class, man. It gives you the sense of old medieval Europe, whereas most of these fantasy RPGs these days give you a feel of like it's medieval America that didn't exist. Okay, everybody spoke American in American slangs, in American accents. The music is American, everything is American, and they're trying to portray a medieval European setting. Oh my goodness, it doesn't work. So far in the world today, in terms of medieval like medieval fantasy RPG, only the ambience of medieval RPG, only the Witcher series got it. The accent, the music, particularly the music, yeah. Man, you play every other game, including the Dragon Age series. They speak American. The music is American style, and they call it a like it's supposed to be medieval European kind of setting. Oh, that's trash. You look at The Witcher, even the clothing, the period clothing are like roughly accurate, but and like roughly give you like that kind of feel. Of course, it's not like Earth Europe, but they created that kind of Earth medieval Europe kind of ambience like perfectly. I don't know anything that matches with that. Thomas Shelby, hi, how are you doing, bro? Hi, well, doing good. I don't think this is the first time you're on my stream, isn't it? Where are you watching from? And today, because yesterday, the most anticipated video game in the history of mankind just dropped. Yesterday, Elden Ring. And I'm going to spend this whole weekend at home playing Elden Ring and watching Korean drama. So today I'm streaming from home. Tomorrow I'll be streaming from home as well, all right? Because I am going to just stay in all weekend. Of course, because it's a very sunny day. I don't want to go out there in the sun either. So, yeah. So we've been talking about video games over the past 1 whole hour because of this. Oh, God of War. God of War is more of the Darksiders kind of thing. Yeah. God of War, Devil May Cry, all the Darksiders kind of thing. Yeah. God of War is not the Witcher style. Okay. The Witcher is more RPG. God of War is more action. God of War is more Darksiders. Witcher is more Dragon Age. Completely different genre, my friend. You're mixing up so many genres that, Elijah, I'm beginning to doubt your proficiency in the knowledge of video games. I am the law master. Boom. I hereby assess your eligibility into the hall of video games. Boom. Very few people can connect, yeah. Like people like me who talks very serious things most of the time can talk so deeply about video games for 1 whole hour. Elijah, I'm a versatile gamer. Yeah. Versatility is one thing. Knowing is another. You can be water, my friend, but you need to be able to differentiate between mineral water, distilled water, and tap water. I never ever played video games. Whoa! I might play I'm sorry, Candy Crush is not video game. If you're a gamer, Candy Crush is not a video game, okay? I may play Candy Crush on my phone if I'm stuck in the underground. I don't have anything to read, but that's about it. I don't know how. Like I say, video gaming is not a good thing. Video gaming is poison, okay? So maybe a good thing that you never got involved in video games is a good thing. I cannot tell you how many video games I've sunk over 1,000 hours in, and if you add them all together, I was probably missing from the world for years. Means every time you're playing a video game, you're pretty much missing from the real world. You know? You're nothing in the real world. Your time in the real world has been erased. Those times you play a video game, your time in the real world is erased, effectively. So if you put together all the time that I've spent playing video games, I probably erased at least a few years of my life, easily. In fact, I'm going to erase this whole weekend of my life on Elden Ring and stuff like that. So it's poison. So Wendy, it's a good thing you're never involved. It's poison. Elijah, I couldn't even bring up Sekiro or Ghost of Tsushima. Oh man, Ghost of Tsushima is a sacrilege. Yeah, it's a sacrilege. I never touched that title. It's a sacrilege title. But Sekiro was created by the same team that created Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. That's why in Elden Ring there's a samurai class as well. But again, these are to me sacrilege. Elijah, that may be changing due to esports. I don't know. Depends. Esports makes gamers successful. I think Twitch makes gamers more successful than esports, to be honest. more video gamers right now are making a living from Twitch than esports. You want to rely on esports. Every big title, there's only like a team of 4 making any significant amount of money out of thousands who join. There's no money, man. You starve to death if you are trying to turn pro on esports. Twitch is how gamers make money these days. I've been gaming for over 40 years and I never thought of like making money from gaming at all. Never. And like right now you can pretty much make any and every of a hobby into a job. I don't want video gaming to be a job. I know some of you have asked me before, like, would you stream your games? Would you make videos about your games? I said, I'll never do that, because more like even this YouTubing thing that I've started just for fun is starting to feel like a job from time to time. I don't want to feel that way for my hobbies. See, everybody comes in, see us talk about games, and then they leave. Today's viewership is dismally low. Today I have like 10 viewers only. Yesterday we had 20 over. Yesterday was the highest number of views, highest number of viewers that we got in a very long time. But today is one of the lowest. Let's start talking about games. I thought games would be more popular than this by now. Oh well. Looks like gaming is still not that big a thing, and people don't come on my channel to talk about games. Why can't people be more versatile like me, like Elijah? You can talk about pretty much anything and see the fun in everything in life. Why must you like this and not like that? Like to talk about that and not like to talk about that. Talk about everything, man. Experience everything. That's the whole point of your 90 years visa on Earth. Aura, I'm still here. Just follow you on Instagram. Oh, thank you. Where are you watching from, Aura? Elijah, I can't even mention Tomb Raider from 2013. I don't know. I never touched that. I never touched any Tomb Raider titles. I think it's a little sexist. When you have like women doing adventurous things in skimpy clothing, to me, it feels very disconnected. It feels very disconnected. If I would imagine a female Tomb Raider who is expected to live in mountains and forests, she will be dressed thick all over. She will be armored. She will be dressing up in tactical gear and everything. She will not be dressing up in a skimpy tank top with a butt revealing shorts and a pair of guns. when I first looked at this concept, I was like, oh, come on. Why? Because I'm a soldier. I was a soldier for 7 years. So when I look at bullshit things like this, I simply cannot accept it. And I'm samurai. That's why when I look at bullshit things like Ghost of Tsushima, I cannot accept it. I cannot accept it. It's sacrilege. Oh. Ahora, I'm watching from Philippines. Oh, hi, ¿cómo we do have quite a few viewers from Philippines. ¿Cómo estás? So yesterday we had over 20 viewers. That's a lot now. That's more than I've ever got on this channel. And today, like what, 8, 9. And just now it was like almost 15. And then when they hear what's this trash they're talking about, video games, they left. So Elijah, between you and me, we pretty much destroyed today's live stream, yeah. In case you guys are wondering what this is a walking stick. In case, yeah, it's full thick Indonesian thick wood walking stick. In case you guys wondering what the hell am I doing fooling around with a walking stick, because I don't have my katana here and I don't even have a bokken here, so I use a walking stick for practice. This walking stick has the right weight and pretty much the right dimension. A little shorter though, but acceptable. I use this to train. I still train. Elijah, so what she's dressed up for isn't for the occasion. Yeah, I cannot accept it. As a professional soldier, I cannot accept the kind of image that Tomb Raider is trying to portray. No, it's not like that. You look at anything that portrays women in skimpy clothing in a forest, is just bullshit. Go to the forest. Show me you can survive 10 minutes in a forest in skimpy clothing without getting bitten all over by bugs. You'll die to the bugs, not the traps. Oh, Tomb Raider, that lady would die to the bugs in the forest. You don't even take a single trap or a boss creature to kill her. The bugs will kill her. Oh. Very sexist. I don't like anything that's sexist. I don't like anything that demeans women, yeah, by the way. I'm very feminine, yeah. I'm very feminist. Any kind of like video games or any visual media that tries to demean women in that kind of a sexist image, I don't like. I find it offending to the female species of our race. Greg, Elijah, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, a lot of video games are not careful with this. Like you see a lot of video games, they have male and female. Whenever the video game has male and female characters and they're fighting the same fight, right? The male will be dressed up in overly big size armor, while the woman will have only 1/10 of the amount of body covered, and they're fighting the same fight. Now, what's that bullshit, man? That lady better get covered like the guy, man. If you're gonna be fighting like that, to me, it's unacceptable because of my background as a soldier, as a professional soldier, as a career soldier, okay, and my background as a samurai and martial artist. I look at bullshit like this. It's just bullshit. It's just sexist. Huh? Back when I was in the military, you don't get guys in bulletproof vests and women in tank tops. You can't tell if that person is woman or guy because she will be dressing up in the same things for self-protection. What? And if you want to do video game logic in real world in the military, you will get guys with level 4 protection and then women in tank tops, I'm telling you. Oh, it's just nonsense. It's so disconnect from reality. To me, a game has to be immersive, and the immersiveness comes from not disconnecting too much with reality. Sadly, a lot of these games break it for me. It's so disconnect. When I look at how the women are dressed in these games, it's so disconnect. I simply cannot go on. When I see a game like this, I just can't go on. I just can't play it. Like look at like even the lady in Horizon, yeah, Horizon New Dawn. She's underdressed as a hunter. Hunters don't dress like that, no. Then they say, oh, this kind of like an Amazonian concept. Hey, you guys ever been to the Amazon in the first place? Huh? If you want to do Amazonian concept, the lady will be naked. The breast will be out. Huh? Huh? This in-between thing doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. But then, of course, every tribe in the Amazon is different as well. Huh? Some of them they wear a lot. So it depends. I just don't know. I just can't. I as a real life war fighter and a real life fighter, I simply look at this and I say, how the hell the lady survive wearing like that in that kind of situation? Oh. Yeah, I made a big hoo-ha of this because I actually personally I feel very offended about these things. The Amazon is a danger. Oh, why is the Amazon a dangerous place? I don't think it's a dangerous place. It's dangerous for people who are disconnected from nature. But for those people who are completely connected with nature and completely part of Amazon, a lot of human beings live in the Amazon. If it's that dangerous, they would have all died by now. I won't survive in the Amazon. That much I know because I'm disconnect from all the nature. But if you are not disconnect from nature, it's not a dangerous place. So what's dangerous? The danger is the disconnect between mankind and nature that we have created over the past 100 years. I'm sorry, like even though I'm trying to to realize and rediscover the natural human life and what it is to be a natural human, but I still do carry the karma of hundreds of years of disconnect from nature. I won't survive in the Amazons, to be honest. Even as a professional soldier, I won't have survived the Amazons. I can't say that it's because the Amazons is dangerous. No, it's just because of the degree of disconnect that me and most people is from nature right now. That's the problem, not the Amazon. Elijah, we're quite disconnected from nature. We're completely disconnected from nature, not quite disconnected, completely. Modern humans are completely disconnected from nature, which is why when you're disconnected from nature, animals run away from you. Animals attack you for no reason. Like snakes bite you for no reason, right? Snakes, if they are going to bite every living thing that pass by, they're very busy, Do snakes bite everything that pass by? They don't. But why do they bite human beings? Because they see you as an invader of nature. They see you as separate from nature. They see you as an abomination. They are trying to protect themselves. Yeah? This is how disconnect we are created of ourselves from nature. This actually, and therefore we create a situation in that mankind survive, nature die, or nature survive, we die. It is a very sad situation that mankind, we created this ourselves over the past 100 years. For 1 million years, we lived in peace with nature until the past 100 years. Okay, I will stretch it a little bit until the past 200 years. Ryan, hello. How's it going? Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time, Ryan. Wendy, dangers in nature vary from country to country too, and it takes time to learn about them if you are not local. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every jungle is different as well. People look at me these days, they think I'm just like some K-pop fanboy. Very hard for people these days to connect me with the battle-hardened military veteran that I am. Yeah, 7 years, 7 years in the military, man, and not in simple units. That much I would say. I've seen terrible shit, too much terrible shit. I've lost friends. I have lost too many, not one, too many friends during that 7 years. So yeah, and they pay too little for all that. That's why I decided to leave. They pay too little for all that risk. Ryan, yes, mankind has strayed further, and with the advancement in technology, yeah, technology. That's why for a very long time, major religions around the world ban technology, ban science, because look back, you say, oh, those religions back then they didn't know better. No, they knew better. They knew this is coming. That's why they prosecute scientists. That's why they kill people who invent shit. Because look at it today. Today you see this result. You know why? That every god in these religions tell them this: no, you cannot do this. Oh. But right now, all of these major religions, they look back and say, oh, we didn't know better then. Oh, that's why every religion today has lost the direction. They didn't know why this was to be the case back then. Why it has to be the case. Oh. Ryan, which military do you serve? I don't want to talk about my military days, I'm sorry. There are a lot of things about my military days that is still under classification. Rather not talk about all these things. Huh? Elmer. Hi, Elmer. Yeah. Wow, 1 hour 18 minutes. For those of you who are wondering what's going on today, we spent 1 whole hour talking about video games just now. 1 hour. Why? Because the biggest and most anticipated video game in the history of mankind just dropped yesterday, Elden Ring. So I'm going to spend 1 whole weekend at home playing video game. So I won't be going out at all. So today and tomorrow's live stream will be at home. Yeah, I won't be going out this door at all. Okay, for this whole weekend. Pankok. Ryan, I mean also I will not mention any of this. I'm sorry. Ryan, I don't stream video games. To me, I keep video game, like I explained just now. Video game is my hobby. I don't make everything my job. Do you know that I started this YouTubing just as a hobby, and now honestly it feels a little bit like a job. I don't want to feel this way about my video games. I want to be able to just pick up a game, have fun, and then drop it when I feel like it. I don't want to be committed. I don't want to be tied down by these things. And that's what you feel when you start to stream and you start to turn your hobby into a job. Then you lost your hobby. I don't want that to happen to my video game. I have two hobbies that I've been doing for over 40 years. I don't want to lose that hobby. Elmer, I guess I tune in at the right time since I'm not into video games. Why aren't you into video games? Why aren't you into everything in the world? If you're here to experience about the world, about life, why aren't you into everything that's available in the world? Just like if you go to a new country, why do most people check out all the different tourist attractions? Why do they try not to miss any? Yeah. So why do people pick and choose their experience on this 90 years on Earth when you should really just try everything and then go happy? Try everything. Video gaming is poison, that's for sure. But it's a big thing. It's an interesting invention of mankind that's progressed a lot. Do it for the experience, But of course, like I say, it's poison. Yeah, it's poison. Very few people know where to draw the line. 1 hour and 21 minutes. But Elmer, you didn't tune in the right time because all we were talking about was video game, and now that we stopped talking about video game, we have nothing to talk about. So Elmer, you didn't tune in the right time. This is probably tuning in at the wrong time. For those of you who just joined me, it is a very too sunny. Like there is sunny, there is fucking sunny, and this is fucking sunny day here in Istanbul. Boom. 6 degrees Celsius this Saturday morning with this much sun. It actually was much more sunny just now. Today, right now, I think I see the clouds coming in right now. So it's actually a lot better. But just now was like laser, man, like a furnace out there. Like I would immediately disintegrate and evaporate if I stepped out just now. Right now it's a lot better. Right now it's a bit cloudy already. But still, I've decided to stay in for the weekend because I want to finish a video game and a Korean drama series this weekend. So this weekend will be my hikikomori weekend. Or Bangkok weekend, Bangkok. I so miss just staying at home. Like for days. I haven't been staying in for a long time. And I really miss this. I really miss just staying at home, going nowhere for weeks. Yeah, I haven't been ever since I started this live stream. I've never spent significant amount of time at home. I really miss being at home. Really. Elma, I think my first video game was called Pong. They don't seem interesting when tried. Too artificial. I prefer TV. Yeah. Aura. Which Korean drama? I'm trying to finish Juvenile Court or Sonyeon Simpan, which is a drama focused on is a growing problem in Korea and in Japan as well. There's juvenile crimes, where kids these days they know they cannot be prosecuted like adults, so they do very heinous crimes like murder, drug running, and everything, simply because they know they cannot be put in prison. Yeah, so these kids. They're making use of this loophole in the law to do very bad crimes, and it's becoming a problem in Korea. And this drama tries to focus on this problem. And I'm really curious the angle that this drama is going to follow. So I'm going to try and finish this drama this weekend as well. Sonyeon Simpan, Juvenile Court on Netflix. Elma, which drama? Oh, I just answered. I'm watching She Was Pretty and Chang Poli is here. Okay. Romance stuff, yeah. I tend to watch dramas that what's that? That tells you something, that teaches you something or informs you, like meaningful dramas. I don't know what's is there English word for this? Like meaningful dramas, not something that you watch and forget and you get nothing out of, you know. Elijah, I need to finish Boys 3. Yeah, it's not interesting. In fact, Boys 2 was not interesting. Boys 1 was the classic. Elma, Juvenile Court sounds interesting. Yeah, it is a big problem in Korea, in Japan, I suspect everywhere in the world. Yeah, I suspect. Because these days, I think in the end of the day, this wasn't that big of a problem back when I was actually to be honest, when I was young, juvenile crimes were serious as well. Well, especially when I was young, as far as I have experienced myself, people around my age in middle school, we kill people a lot. Because why? Because those days there were no video games, there was no real entertainment, and people felt vulnerable, and therefore juvenile gangs was a big thing in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Juvenile gangs were big, and when you have gangs, you have fighting. When you have fighting, there's killing. During my era, juvenile people in our middle school kills. There's a lot of killing. There's a lot of assault. A lot. There's a lot of vandalism. We destroy cars. We destroy teachers' cars. And in gang fights, people die. Yeah. So honestly, I don't think it's a modern problem. I don't think it's a problem. It's a new problem. I think this has been around all this while, but only like people tend like over the past 10 years tend to think like, oh, you're bullied at school, in school, you should just man up, you should man up and stop complaining about it. Yeah. And so a lot of these kids, when they suffer school bullying, they don't tell anyone. I think the big difference I see is this. The big difference was back then, during my time, these juvenile criminals were mostly of the male species. But these days, especially in Korea, most of the problem came from the female species. Female gangs are rampant now in Korea. Female middle school and high school gangs are so bad. People die. People die every year. Every year, people die because of this female gang bullies. Yeah, it's very serious right now. This to me is the big difference between during my time and like right now, these days, in terms of juvenile crimes. That it's like more and more people of the female species are getting involved, whereas during my time is mainly a male species thing. Yeah. Yo, Clarence, hi, welcome. If you just joined my live stream, well, I'm about to end. It's about 1.5 hours. Like I said, I always try to keep my live stream to about 1.5 hours. Yeah, and for the whole hour, we've been talking about video games. Why? Because Elden Ring, the most anticipated video game in mankind, history of mankind, and the history of video gaming, just dropped yesterday. So I'm going to spend my whole weekend at home. Yeah, I'm at home right now, playing that video game and trying to finish a K-drama as well. So this whole weekend, streaming will be at home. And we spend 1 whole hour talking about video games. So if you're into video games, do rewatch the first hour. Elmer in Singapore, yeah, in Singapore. When I was young, it was mainly the male species thing. But lately, these days, because I don't know what's happening in Singapore anymore, I know Korea more than Singapore. These days, in Korea at least, there's a shift from just the male species doing the bad things to the female species. So, Wendy, I have no idea about female gangs. I think it's a very Korean thing. I've not heard about, or I don't know about the severity. Like, nobody talk about female gangs in other countries that I've ever been to. But in Korea, this is a big thing right now. It's a lot of problems. In fact, most of the people who died from gang bullying and gang fighting in over the past few years, I've seen on the news, mainly female gangs in Korea. Female gangs are a big thing now. Like guys have no time for this bullshit these days, because why? They need to try. They need to study hard. They need to get a good degree. They need to survive. If they screw it up in middle school, they screw it up all their lives. But I guess the female species in Korea is just taking it too easy, because they think even if they screw up in school, they can just get a rich husband later on. It's still the dominant thinking, so they don't care. And a lot of this 양아치, really severe, very severe crimes by female gangs, because they're taking the whole thing they're taking the adult consequences too lightly, and they know there's no consequence on them as juveniles. That is why I think I need to watch this drama, the juvenile court drama. At last, there's a drama addressing this issue. In Korea, right, K dramas is not just for entertainment. K dramas always catch up with the latest issues or the those issues that really stand out in society at that time. So if you really follow K drama and you're only following like romantic comedies, then you really miss the point, because Korean dramas have a social responsibility thing in it as well, in that they really do follow the current issues. Elma, I always think that Singapore is a very nice place to live with no crime because of that white boy from US being caned from, oh yeah, the Michael Fay thing, yeah. Oh no, back in my days, juvenile crime, it's a lot. I don't know why people I don't know why people think there's no crime in Singapore, but you hear horrendous things, because teen gangs, wars and steel is a big thing in Singapore. Like, at least during my time, like, I don't know what Singapore is like anymore, but during my time, you cannot walk down a single street without seeing gangs at every corner. Like 4 or 5 to get in one corner, 4 or 5 in one corner, and they all be watching their own territories. And people get randomly bullied, I guess a lot of these things don't get into court. That's the thing. Yeah, that, like, police that settle it at their level, it rarely goes to court, and if it doesn't go to court, then it doesn't get registered. Then there's no crime. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. Elma, no, there's a lot of female gangs in US. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why, like, female juvenile gangs and female juvenile problems is like us. It's really rising. Yeah. Maybe because, like, they feel like there's no social consequences for them down the road, simply because of being a female species. They're all wrong, because the world is moving away from genders. By the time they grow up, it's a very different world, and I predict that world don't give much of a shit if you're a man or male or female. That you just can't get a rich husband and get away with it anymore. Yeah, I think 20 years down the road, that they're gonna regret that they didn't put in the effort to ensure their livelihood down the road. I don't know why. Lately, my English is really bad. I can't really express myself. I can't find the right words. I stutter. I'm not just stuttering in my English. I'm stuttering in my every language right now. Elijah, maybe polarity shift. It used to be blame mostly on males. Yeah, during my time, like during my time, gangs. Yes, from time to like in every gang you see the female, but the female species is usually the boss's wife, or the boss girlfriend. It's rarely the wife, the boss girlfriend. Yeah, but these days you see like female species are really taking on the mantle. Like, it's like they're becoming a thing in gangs. It's a really big problem in Korea right now. People died. Like, I've read so much news from Korea of kids who died from school bullying. It's a very huge issue. I'm glad right now there's a K-drama to address this issue. This is how things work in Korea, that's why K-drama in Korea is very powerful, not for romantic things, but when the K-drama starts to focus on a certain issue, you know what? The news starts to focus on those issues, and you know what? Then the lawmakers starts to focus on those issues, and therefore, K-drama in Korea is a very important element of social change. If K-drama are not as socially responsible as it is today, a lot of these issues will not ever get any attention in Korea. In Korea, sadly, a lot of these issues get attention only when people bother to make a drama about it. Yeah. That's why Korean dramas have way deeper significance and meaning in Korea than it is like outside of Korea, like it's looked upon as some kind of entertainment only. It's not, you know. Korean dramas have very strong social responsibilities. Mm. And they respond very quickly. They respond so quickly. If there's a certain issue in society, they don't take very long. They take about just 2 or 3 months later, there will be a drama about it. Very fast. I was in high school back then, and everyone was shocked by his punishment. US was starting to look down on the physical punishment of children in the home. Elijah, Korean dramas do hint on current issues. Police corruption is one of them. Yeah, they don't hint. They don't hint. They expose all these things blatantly. And if not for a lot of this blatant exposure of these things through K-drama, a lot of these issues would not go to the lawmakers. A lot of lawmakers, they don't care about these issues. Like I keep saying, politicians are the most pathetic employees in the world. That every day they have to fight and beg for their job to stay in their job. In fact, these politicians, people, they spend 80% of the time fighting for their job and only 20% of the time doing their job. You know, it's, to me, like politicians are so 진짜 한심해. They live such pathetic existence, you know, when you have to beg for your livelihood and your job 80% of your life. Is pathetic. Well, why don't you just do something they're capable of? Do something capable of making real change in the world. Why are you spending 80% of your life just begging for your job and only 20% of the time doing a fucked up job of your job? That's what I think about all politicians in the world. Thomas Shelby, tell me something you remember about high school in Singapore. I remember a lot of things. I remember everything. I share a lot of really interesting stories as well throughout my live stream. And it's nothing you can just say, tell me about high school. No, there's so much that I cannot just sit here and give you a rundown or 10 minutes rundown. It's impossible. My middle school and high school life was fantastic. It is nothing you can talk about in 10 minutes, okay? So if you want to know more about me, there's no shortcuts, there's no one question and know me all kind of thing. I am very complex. You're gonna have to know me gradually in bits and pieces through my live stream, okay? Yeah, Sonal Simpan. Yeah, I just said. I think I just said the name like 10,000 times over the past 1 hour. Sonal Simpan. So that is this is the drama that I'm gonna try to soon this drama this weekend and finish it this weekend. I don't know why people like they say like when they talk about your childhood days, like you only remember bits and pieces here and there. I remember everything. I remember everything from at least 2 years old and above. I remember not being able to walk. I remember crawling on my bed. I remember the things adults talk about and what they look like around me. I remember how they squeezed my cheek. I remember everything from I would say at least 2 years old onwards. Or no, 1 year old onwards, before I could walk. I remember everything. I don't know why when people talk about like childhood things, they seem to only remember very small, very short bits and pieces here and there. I remember every detail. Thomas, what's your stake on this current Ukraine crisis? Well, I shared all the time yesterday. Like if you watch my live stream yesterday, I think Thomas, you should watch yesterday's live stream. I talked about this thing for almost an hour, where I share a lot of views, even about Putin and all these things. Okay, but in general, I think this is not World War III. This thing is gonna stop, in a situation like the Czech crisis. In fact, this looks exactly like the Czech crisis, which makes the Czech and Slovenia crisis. Yeah, so I think, see, Russia is not stupid enough to take the whole of Ukraine. Putin is not a stupid man. If I as an outsider looking at the situation, I know where the limit should be drawn. He knows, and the limit is East and West Ukraine. I thought it would end around the river, but since sadly and unfortunately Kiev is on the west side of the river, if Kiev is on the east side of the river, that river would have formed where the Russian incursion stops. But I'm sorry, the sad fact is Kiev is on the west side of the river, so they have to go beyond the river. It will end in a east and west Ukraine situation, because they don't want to take all of Ukraine and therefore find themselves in the doorsteps of NATO. They don't want that. They're not ready for that. You don't want to be side by side with NATO at this time. So if I know Putin and his way of thinking, it's about a very quick insurgency, splitting the country into two, and that's it. And then he has always intended to stop there, but he will use that as a bargaining chip to get rid of the sanctions. Oh, you want me to stop? Okay, get rid of this, get rid of that. Then we go back to normal. You guys take West Ukraine, I take East Ukraine, we draw a new line, that's it. The world goes back to peace. That will be his smartest move. His stupid move, which I do not see it coming, because from the amount of troops and his troop movements, yeah, I spent 7 years in the military. I do know about troop deployments and movements. From that deployment pattern, he's not going for the whole country. He's only going for the eastern part of the country. So that's my take. It's not World War III. Putin is not that stupid. Elijah, going to binge this one. Same. Going to binge. Sonen Simpan. Thomas, if you don't mind asking me a personal question, I'm not single. I'm married. You can see me and my wife right here. Everybody knows I'm married. In fact, if you have been following my channel for long enough, like 5 years ago, I made a lot of my videos with my wife. Oh. Like my wife was the superstar of my channel. Yeah, this is our photo. That's on the Brooklyn Bridge. That's taken on the Brooklyn Bridge. That's our very first photo together in Korea. So in this very first photo, we're not even sitting together. See, there's a gap in between. That's our very first photo. Shelby, well, you look young. That's why my channel is so popular for anti-aging tips, and that's why people come to me for anti-aging tips. To look like this when I'm 46. No wrinkles, no imperfections. But I'm having a bad hair day today. I see I'm constantly messing with my hair. Right, bad hair day. like if I'm really young, then I won't be much of an anti-aging guru, right? If I'm really, like, if I'm in my 20s, like, then there's no way anyone would come to my channel for anti-aging tips, because the only tip I can give is just be young. uh, 7 years in the military, 20 years of roaming around the world. Now you know how old I am. Thomas, you proposed her first? Of course. In Korea, there's almost no such thing as women proposing to men. Huh? They will push you in that direction, but they won't do it. In East Asia, okay, in East Asia, there's women proposing to men is still a rarity. Okay, it's still, I know, like in the Western world, people ask, oh, who proposed to who first? Because it's kind of like an equal game these days. Not in East Asia. Not in East Asia. Not in East Asia. Even if a girl likes you so much, okay, especially in Korea, if a girl likes you so much, she will hint and push you in that direction, but she will never be the one to propose. Oh. And if she push and hint you enough and you're not getting it, they leave. Yeah, usually it's like that. Very aggressive. Elma, what makes a bad hair day for you? Your hair always look fine to me. Oh, no, it needs to fall in a certain way. There's a certain way and a certain level. I think later after this, I'm gonna trim here a little bit. It needs to, it's just like a quarter of an mm kind of thing here. I'm an artist when it comes to my hair. You see these decorations here? So this was for celebrating her birthday on video call. I video called her and celebrated her birthday together. Yeah, those are the stuff. Those were the stuffs. Well, almost 2 hours, yeah. Almost 2 hours of, I don't know, like, we've been talking about video game for 1 hour. After that, for the next 48 minutes, I don't even know what we have been talking about. The time just flies. Why? After that, we've been talking about the K-drama, the role of K-drama in Korean society, and the issue of juvenile crimes. 소년 범죄 진짜 큰 문제가 되는 거야. 진짜 사회에서 벌어진 아주 심각한 문제인 것 같아요. Right, guys. If there's no more discussion, I'm gonna end it. Thomas, I am a student. I want my life to be as much happy as yours. What advice would you give me? Very good question, Thomas. Go to my channel. I made a video, which is actually the latest video on my channel. It's called My Best Advice for Teens and Young Adults. Do watch that video and then post me a comment in that video. Okay. It's called My Best Advice for Teens and Young Adults. I'm probably older than your dad, yeah. Elma, I think a woman proposing in the US is still uncommon. Oh, okay. Woman wants to be proposed to. If the guy is too dense to figure it out or wasting, then the woman may be forced to do it herself. Oh, so in US, if the woman pushes the man in that direction and he doesn't get it, the woman will do it, right? But in Asia, if the woman pushes you in the direction and you don't get it, they leave. Yeah. Usually they leave. They don't waste time. Okay, yeah, my dad's 43. Yeah, I'm older than your dad. But go to my channel and watch that video. My best advice for teens and young adults. Elma, I don't blame them for leaving. Yeah, especially girls in Korea are more aggressive, much more aggressive than girls in Japan. So girls in Korea, they go as far as like if you have been dating each other for about if you're seeing each other for 1 or 2 months and you and the guy do not do a cold pack or 고백, which is a confession of love. In Korea, you don't just ask a girl out for a drink a few times and then start holding hands. It doesn't work that way. You have to do a formal proposal or a formal confession of love. Then from that point onwards, you are girlfriend, boyfriends. Okay. Now, most girls, if they see the guy not taking action to do the confession within like 1 month or 2 months, they just give up. Unless for very good reasons. Unless like, well, the girl's like having a deep crush at the guy. Otherwise, they will leave within that 1 or 2 months if the guy took no action to do that confession of love. That means they took no action to further the relationship. They'll go. You're very aggressive. Thomas, okay, gotta go. Bye. Wendy, I did not propose. I provided subtle hints, then not so subtle, and then you got it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like the woman would usually push the guy in that direction, and if he doesn't get, like, hopefully he gets it. Yeah. Wendy, we have been together for about 4 years by then. Oh. I think in Korea, right, usually within 2 years, if you don't get it done, that's it. But in some cultures like Singapore, it's not strange to see couples go 10 years and above before marriage in Singapore. At least during my time, yeah. I don't know what Singapore is like anymore right now. Because, see, I keep saying this because Singapore is a very dynamic country. I was one generation ago, and in Singapore, everything changes in 5 years, let alone 20 years. Okay, I cannot say I know anything about Singapore anymore. Not even the landmarks, not even the roads. Everything changed. I don't recognize the photos anymore. So, but during my time in Singapore, it's not strange to see couples go above 10 to 15 years before marriage. In fact, that was kind of like the norm. Like everybody expected, if you don't have a long enough girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, then you should not get married. Yeah, that was like the common sentiment back then. I don't know what is it like right now today. Right now, I know everything Korean much better than Singapore. Elma, that's throwing away years of your life. Yeah. But I guess it's very cultural. Like I say, like I keep saying, I've lived in so many countries and cultures, and I realized that something that's good in this culture is bad in our culture. Something is correct in this culture is wrong in our culture. You just cannot justify by logic. There's no logic. It's just culture. This culture will justify this reason, that culture will justify another reason. That's why I keep saying, if you've been around in the world long enough like myself, then you start to realize that there's no such thing as good and bad, right or wrong. Because what is good and right in one country or culture can be bad and wrong in another culture. It's very extreme. That's how diverse mankind is, in terms of beliefs and values. So in the end, what is right and wrong? What is good or bad? No such thing. Simply, everything is what is. There's just no such thing as this is good, this is bad. You think the Russian invasion of Ukraine is bad? Not everybody thinks that way either, no? Not everybody thinks that way. It is bad. It's just a common mass media narrative. But not everybody thinks that way, no? As like everybody thinks Russian people are against this. No, they're not, no. The popularity of Putin, the popularity poll of Putin within Russia rose from 60% to over 80% right now. Everybody loves him to bits for doing this. And you look at the UN Security Council last night. Not every country condemned this thing. China, India, the UAE, they are silent on this. Okay, so things that you think is right or wrong, good or bad, it's not absolute. It just is. You think this is an absolute evil, it's not, no. In the eyes of some people, it's not, no. There's a narrative, there's a mass media narrative, and then there's people with their own thinking. In people with their own thinking is as diverse as the number of humans on earth. Not everybody thinks that way about anything. That's why, to me, I look at everything as neutral. To me, everything is just what it is. I look at it, I make a prediction, a forecast about what's going to happen, how it's going to affect my life, and that's just it. I don't go into, oh, it's right or wrong, good or bad. I never do that. Because nothing is absolutely right or wrong, good or bad at all. In fact, I find it childish and naive to label anything good or bad, right or wrong. It's such a naive state of human awareness to label things like that. Well, I guess that will be my final sharing for today, almost 2 hours. Well, see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna start my very exciting Bangkok weekend. My weekend at home. Thank you guys for joining, and I'm sorry for those of you who don't play video games. Probably the first hour probably would have been extremely boring for you. I'm so sorry, and really appreciate Elijah for the long Elijah can discuss anything with me, anything from video games to spirituality to religions to drama, everything. Elijah, amazing, Elijah. Crystal Moon, enjoy your day. Elijah, of course not. The old record was 3 hours. Remember, Thomas. I can't seem to find that live advice video. When do you make it? The live advice video is the latest video on my channel. Just go to my channel. The latest video is that video. The live. Just in fact go to my channel. Just make sure you're at my channel, or maybe you're not even at my channel, but go to my channel. Go to video, just click on videos, and that's the very latest video. I can't put a link here. When live streaming, I can't type anything. Wadu Band, that's the video. Can you guys see I can't even see a link here. You guys see a link there? You guys see a link? I don't see a link. Is there a link? Oh, so many people just lurking and not chatting with me, yeah? Wadu Bear.